If you have an exciting business idea, but require assistance with planning or funding, the first step is a simple, solid, and professional business plan. At Business Plans Canada, we've already successfully written business plans for companies seeking funding from $30,000 to over $300 million. And yours can be the next one.
My name is Jonathan Hokinson, and the business is Standard Scaffold Inc. And we are in the business of renting, erecting, and dismantling scaffolding for commercial and industrial projects. The company got started with these sort of 4 jobs to do, and we went out and did them, and we did them successfully enough that led to more work, and that was really something. We then sort of found ourselves faced with the prospect of executing a couple of bigger contracts, one in particular, and we had to go for financing. It was not something that I could finance out of my own pocket, and that created an emergency. So my needs were, very simply, to have a business plan that the bank would take seriously, something that explained the circumstances of the company, why the company needed the money, and why it thought it could pay back the loan. And the bank told us that. You know, they said, before we'll talk to you, we need to see what your business plan is. And I'll tell you what, I went online and I got a bunch of sample business plans and printed them off and read them, and I started trying to write something that made sense, and I found myself stumbling over and over and over. Essentially what you're doing with the business plan is you're telling the bank a story, and you're telling it before it's taken place. And I don't mean to say you're lying to them in any sense of the word, but what you're doing is a business plan is saying this is what's happening, and this is why you'll benefit from it. And so they need to see a sort of a comprehensive picture. And no matter how I tried, I wasn't painting that picture as well as I could have. When you guys came in with the interviews, the interview process in and of itself was very helpful in outlining what the story was. It helped me understand better what my own story was. And of course you guys tailor-made your plans exactly to whatever it was that your client is doing. We did the whole thing in under 10 days. It was pretty damn quick. Yeah, I think if I remember right, it was 9 or 10 days. The project manager simply kept pulling information out of me. The interview process just drew everything out that was needed to build the plan, and then spit back at me a rough draft and said, "Here you go. What can you do with this? What needs changing? What can we add to it? What can we take from it?" They really had it down to a science, really. It was fast-moving, iterative process, and I quite liked it. Your staff was very friendly and readily available. If I had and this did happen. I mean, if I had a thought of some interview question that I hadn't caught during the interview, I'd spit it out in an email, and a few minutes later I'd get a response. "Got it, thank you, we'll add that in." And they were really a treat to work with. If all my suppliers were that responsive, my business would be a lot easier. There was one thing worth mentioning about what you guys did, and that was you did a great deal of due diligence on the industry, on my customers and my competitors. And I read it fairly thoroughly, and I wasn't expecting to find anything particularly interesting or new. I did. I discovered that somebody that that I know personally as a family friend sat on the board of directors of a potentially large client. Frankly, that bit of information alone, I wouldn't have found that out if I hadn't seen it in writing. That bit of information alone was worth the fee, if you can believe that.
Hello, my name's David Bianchi with Planet Waste Recovery here in Kelowna, British Columbia. We are a solid waste construction and commercial waste recycler. The plan is to clean the yard right out, remove everything that we have in here, erect a building where we can bring our construction commercial waste in and dump it on the floor where it will be sorted. The metals will come out, the cardboard, the wood, all the recyclables, and divert them from the landfill. My needs are to generate enough funds to start this venture of ours. We require a lot of heavy equipment and machineries and buildings, and before starting with Business Plan Canada, I was sort of lost in which direction to go, and I've found that since then it's really guided me, and I've learned so much about my business. I've been doing this 30 years, and when they first told me that I would know more about my business, I thought they were probably kidding. I said, well, I don't think I can, but yeah, I have definitely learned a lot more about my business, that's for sure. I would definitely recommend Business Plan Canada to anyone thinking of starting a business. To be honest, I'm quite impressed at the quick response times, the replies on the emails. Whenever a telephone conversation was scheduled, that phone rang the day and the minute that it was scheduled. It's been nothing but absolutely great. I find Business Plan Canada to be very, very accommodating and working really to my schedule. I'm more the type where I do a little bit here, a little bit there, this and that. I was pressured by any means, by anyone, by pressure, when I say pressured, meaning, to get this done and that done. A lot of research involved, that I did upon my time and related everything to them as it came to me. Again, there was no pressure into having it done right away and doing it this way or doing it that way. It left it to me to do it my way, and that's the way I like to do things. The whole experience has been great. My expectations are for it to be, perfectly packaged plan that I can take to an investor and put it in front of a financial institution, an investor, and for them to understand exactly what it is we're doing. I would say, without a question, you fulfilled everything and more of what I was expecting. I'm very, very pleased with, the events leading to now has been great. I recommend Business Plan Canada to anyone thinking of starting a business. This is definitely the route to go.